Hey there everyone, it's Todd.
And Linda.
And one of the things that we have wanted to do for many years now was to create a garden, but
we've talked about it, but we just haven't pulled the trigger on it, and so we've always found ourselves too busy doing other things, but it seems like this is the time.
Yeah, well, the main reason is we couldn't figure out where we wanted to put it. And so that's kind of why we've never even attempted to create one. But
we have a great space.
Yeah, a couple months ago we decided we have this space that we're sitting at now, and we'll show it to you in just a second. And it's the perfect spot for a garden. It does face west, so I'm a little bit concerned about that in the summer. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, because it is literally the only place that we can put this.
Yeah.
So
I think it's a great spot, though.
Yeah, I think it's going to work out pretty good. There's going to be some trial and error for us, but we had a lot of mature plants in this flower bed, and that was another thing that prevented us from doing that. But
so we've been doing a lot of work over the past month or two of getting big trees and things moved into other areas, getting rid of some. And so we've finally got the area cleared out. So we're going to start today getting the perimeter done, right?
So what we're going to do is we are going to build, this section here is about 25 feet long, give or take. And we are going to build 3 raised bed planters that are going to go into that. We're going to do that today and take you guys along for the ride. But they're going to be 2 feet in depth by 6 feet long. Okay, so like we said, these raised bed planters are going right here. They are going to be 2 feet apart, and we are going to put decomposed granite around them. This is nothing fancy, folks, at all. I got the cheapest wood. I hope I don't regret that. And we have about $100 worth of wood right here to make these 3 planters. And so oh, and also I ordered all the drip irrigation from a company called Drip Depot. I kind of planned it out on their website, and I am going to hook into this one old sprinkler line right here at this one spot. And that is going to feed all of the raised bed planters. And the reason we decided to go with the raised bed is so we can control the soil that goes in there and make it as nutrient rich as possible to give us the most chance of success, because we know there's going to be some trial and error with this. We don't know what we're doing.
And every video that Todd has watched, and the few I've watched, he's watched tons of them, but all the videos talk about the soil. The soil is key. If you don't get it in the right condition, they're just not going to work. So with Okay, so I have all my pieces cut right now, so the next step is I'm going to start putting them together. It's very important that you pre-drill, because especially on this wood, if I drilled deck screws, I'm using a 3-inch deck screw, and if I were to just screw right into them without pre-drilling, I'm almost positive I'd split it, and that would be it. So let's get going on that. Hey, what's our helper doing? Okay, these are the wood screws I'm going to use. These are just a 3-inch deck screw. They come with their own Torx 25 fitting, and once these go in, we should be really good. Easy to remove too in the future if I do, like I said, need to deconstruct this. Well, hi there and welcome back. It's been a couple of days since you last saw Linda and I out here working on our raised bed garden project. I have done a little bit of work in the last few days and I'm going to show you what that is. And then for today, let me turn you around so that you can see. All right. So for today, we are going to make a cap that it's just a 2 by 2.5 inch cap that goes around on the top. And also I'm going to do a raised trellis. So we are going to have a raised trellis that on this bed right here that comes up, and we are going to grow tomatoes on that, maybe cucumber and beans. We'll see what we feel like doing. But the things that we've done here over the last couple of days, we did brush the inside of each box with this boiled linseed oil, which will it's a safe way to seal the wood and keep it from rotting out because of the dirt contact with it, and it's all natural and it won't harm any of the things that we're growing in there. So everywhere on the top and then on the inside we did that. And then I brushed the outsides with this stain right here. See if you can see it. It is a wood stain and the color is sandstone. So the cap that I'm actually doing on the top will be brushed with this. That's an ebony finish. So hopefully give it kind of a nice two-tone look, make it look a little bit better. But with that, let's get started. So Linda is putting boiled linseed oil on our vertical growing trellis. And if I'm having a hard time explaining these things to you, it's because this is all new to us and we're learning. So, and not that the building project is hard, it's not hard, it's easy. But in terms of like even finding something to seal the wood on the inside, that took a little bit of digging. Because it has to be
digging and finding it at the stores as well.
It did,
so
yeah.
I don't know how many other people are watching the same videos and getting the same information, but
yeah,
we're just trying to make this work.
Because it has to be completely non-toxic to the vegetables that we're growing. If they absorb any sort of toxins from a stain or sealant, then that would kind of be defeating the purpose, right, Linda?
Yep. So anyway, so we're done with 3 of these sides. So I got to let the oil soak in, and then I can flip them and I can do them the other side, and then I'll be done with them.
Yeah. And now the edge cap for this first raised bed has been completed. We just need to attach it, but first we are going to stain it with the ebony. Greetings everyone and welcome back. It's been a couple days since I've last had an opportunity to work on this raised bed garden project, and there's been some things that have changed that you have not seen. I'll show you in a bit, but starting with, you saw Linda staining those cap pieces or the edge pieces that I created in the that black stain. Well, when it was all said and done, I hated it. It did not come out good, so I had to make some changes. So let me show you what I did. So it just didn't look good. They were really, really black, really shiny, and it just didn't go with anything that we had. So I stained them, or excuse me, I spray painted them. Let me show you with what. I went and picked up, I was looking for something that was not shiny. So I found this dark truffle flat. It's kind of a, it's more of a chocolate brown. I was actually wanting more of a dark brown, kind of like these poles that I put in a long time ago to hold string lights. But it looks so much better. It just goes better with everything. We have a lot of brown accents. Even the pots that we bought that lemon tree is in, again, the other pole. And this just looks, I think, a lot better. Still lots of things that I have to do, and I think Lynn is getting a little frustrated with me for taking so long on this project. Her remark was, I just want it to be functional and you want it to look good. And my response to her was, well, can it both look good and be functional? So it's taking a little bit longer, but I think in the end run, we're going to be happier because we're going to get this whole side of our house cleaned back up and looking good and everything in its place and organized. And ultimately, we are going to be happy. But for today, I'm going to be putting all the areas that you see are dirt. around the raised bed planters, or I'm putting decomposed granite in, which will be really nice. It won't be dirty. We can get back there and garden without making a mess. And so I went over to our local Site One landscape supply and picked up some decomposed granite. This is, I think they're California Gold, which is not my first choice, but it's what they had in stock. So I said, I'll take it. So today we are filling up the raised bed planters with dirt. But first, Linda is putting these weed barrier strips down to prevent any weeds from coming up, right, Linda?
Yes, and this is very cool. We got this at Home Depot, and the size is just perfect, and they come already cut in strips, so see that?
Yeah, that's cool.
It's very, very cool.
Got the dirt at Rosenbaum Rockery, as you saw some of that footage. They don't really sell by the quarter yard, but we don't need a lot of dirt, and we're not exactly sure how much we needed. So we got a half yard, and we got a quarter yard of what they call their Pro Blend mix, and then a quarter yard of compost.
Did I cover
So
that?
we're gonna give that a whirl, and I guess you'll watch us fill them up. Hey everybody, and welcome back. Several days have now gone by, and we've pretty much finished up the build of the raised bed garden project. I'm going to show it to you in just a second, but we still have a lot of work to do. But we've overcome a huge milestone, so that's great. And next up, I will be working on completing the trellis for the things that we're going to grow upward, such as tomatoes, cucumbers, string beans, maybe some other things, and I will show you how that goes together in a separate video. And then I'm going to be working on, I've already done part of it, which you'll see behind me in just a second, but I'll go into it in more detail in another video. And then I'll be working on the drip irrigation, but for right now, let me show you how the raised bed came out, and you can tell me what you think. We're really close to starting to plant some stuff, so looking forward to that. It's been a long time coming. Okay, here we are. So this is the edge piece that I had built and put on there, and I'm really glad that I did that. I really hated how it looked in black, and super happy with how it came out. You can see Linda found these little lights, and I'll have to come out at nighttime and show you what this looks like, but these are little solar lights that she found at TJ Maxx or Marshalls, so she went ahead and bought them. And look how close they match the color that I painted these edge caps. I mean, it's like I meant to do it, but that was a total accident. I mean, total accident. But very, very cool how that came out. And we are going to use the square foot gardening method. And that's why I've made these lines that you might see periodically. It's every foot. And so I will run a string across and divide these out into 1 foot sections, and every square foot gets its own plant or plants, depending on what it is. These trellises connect up here on the top of this piece, and I will let string out. The string will come down and connect via this board that will weight the string, and then the tomato plant will be about right there. So more to follow on that, and we'll bring you guys along for the ride as we start planning things. I know that we're gonna probably make a lot of mistakes, but
we'll show you what we do, what works, and what doesn't work. Okay, so thank you for following along with us as Lynn and I built this raised bed garden project. I hope that we do okay with actually planting stuff and getting stuff to grow. I know there's going to be a lot of trial and error there, but we'll bring you along for the way and show you what works and what doesn't work. And if you have any questions about any of this stuff, just hit us up in the comments or drop us an email, and we'll be happy to answer those questions as best as we can. But we are very much garden newbies here. So anyways, thank you, and you guys have a great day.